I'm ready.
From Bethel High School in Hampton, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Girls Group AAA Basketball, the Phoebus Phantoms and the Bethel Bruins. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to Bethel High School for this game between the Phoebus Phantoms with a 6-6 and 7-8 overall record, taking on the Bethel Bruins with a 4-8 record. Let's go courtside right now. Bob has head coach Tiffany Everett of the Phoebus Phantoms.
First of all, last Tuesday's game. Man, that had to be a heartbreaker.
Yes, it was a heartbreaker, but at the same time, I think the girls learned something from it. As you know, we were down. We were actually winning going into halftime, and we came out in the third quarter and didn't score. And then it got tight at the end of the game. We were down, came back, and then that tough call at the end of the game. But then again, like I said, we talked about it, broke it down, looked at the tape. Really didn't dwell on the last call at all, but really what happened to play before, not getting back on defense, letting her hit that three, which actually made it that close. And really just we learned a lot of things from that. And I think it might end up helping us maybe in a tournament because we've never been in that situation before.
Well, and nothing is better than that kind of experience.
Exactly.
Now, you're coming back, you're going to play a Bethel team. They're different than you played them first time. You won the first time, but you can't take them lightly.
No, never. We never take anyone in this district lightly, the way things are going.
What do you expect from them tonight?
Probably a lot better shooting, handling the ball a little bit better. We did play them early in the season, but we've also gotten better as well. We've gotten a little bit more confident in each other, and also when I press. And we are a full court man-to-man team in pressing, so we've learned how to rotate and how to trust each other. So.
Well, that's good. Well, listen, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Good enough. Let's go back over to Tim.
All right, thank you, Bob, and thank you, Coach Everett. The Phantoms 6-6, as I mentioned, in the district, and they are 7-8 overall on the season. Tonight's contest brought to you by Zooms with 14 Peninsula convenient locations to serve you, and by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the funeral director. Let's go back courtside as Bob has head coach Bingo, that's what his name is, from the Bethel Bruins.
Well, first of all, I got the message that you got one young lady that got hurt.
Yes, Ashley Faison. So, she injured her leg or ankle in the Hampton game.
Okay.
And she's been having a past 4 games, strong effort, playing really, really well for us. And so, we're going to spot play her. I mean, we need her for tomorrow night, so we're going to play her when we need her and get her out when we can.
Okay. Just a little bit about the Phoebus team now. That you lost them the first time, but you're a different team now. The kids should know your system a little bit better than they did first of the season. What do you expect from from Phoebus?
Well, I'll tell you, that game over Phoebus was probably our weakest moment of the year. It was our downfall, and I expect Phoebus to do a lot of the same things they've been doing, going to the basket, shooting quick shots, crashing the boards. And I told our kids we have to do 3 things: be intense, take care of the ball, and play together. And we haven't been doing those 3 things, but hopefully we start doing that soon.
Well, I hope so too. Good luck tonight,
Coach. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go back over to Tim.
All right, thank you, Bob. And of course, that is Norm Bingo Brungat, but they call him Bingo, so that's what we will call him. And he's done a good job here at Bethel, 4-8 on the season. The squads are on the court and just about finished with their warm-ups. Want to thank Mike Hauser, who did a couple of games in my absence, along with my good buddy making his back over to his seat here, Bob Hintz, and he is right here. So welcome back, Bob. And again, I want to thank.
Give the referees and then I'll talk.
That's Gordon Rodriguez, the gentleman with his back to you, and Sharon Toomer is the other official for tonight's contest.
I tell you, Tim, it's good to have you back. Mike and I had a good time, and we had a couple of good games. Had a game over here, went into overtime with Bethel and Heritage. So, this is what we're looking forward to. I don't know if my mic's set right now or not, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, your mic is fine. I was looking for mine.
All right, the Bethel girls, basically, they're going to be very aggressive on defense. They like to cause turnovers. They run when they can, but they know that Phoebus.
You need to move your mic away from your mouth. There you go.
I'll move it down here.
There, that's good.
Okay. Phoebus will shoot quick, just like the coach saw. They drive, they rebound real good. So they got to plug up the middle, Bethel does, to stop the Phantom. So it'll be a good game. It really will. Phoebus lost. I don't know if you understand what happened in that game. They lost, had the ball with 9/10 of a second, and somebody yelled timeout, and he called it again, said that the Phoebus girls did, and then they 2 free throws, and they lost the ball game.
Well, so, did a Phoebus girl call for the timeout?
She said no, but she says that's part of what happens, and she says we watched the tape, and you couldn't tell. Everybody was yelling. So, it's one of those things that she's got a great attitude, Coach Everett does. Great attitude about the situation. Don't dwell on it. Let's go above it.
Well, you can't undo it, so
yeah.
It's a good attitude to have, not only in basketball but in life. Okay, we're going to go ahead and show you the starting lineups. And first of all, we'll show you the Lady Phantoms of Phoebus High School. And there you see Jackson, Alston, Bryant, Kamisha Alston, and Christina Parrish will be the starting 5 for the aforementioned Coach Everett. The Phantoms are the visitors. They are wearing the blue uniforms with the white and gold trim. And we're about set to get underway as referee Rodriguez gets the jump ball, the only jump ball of the ball game. And it's controlled by the Bruins. And they put it up quickly and score. So right off the jump ball, Brooke Williams gets the Bruins on the scoreboard.
Well, that young lady that did the tap, Tim, Amber Dorsey, has really come along. She's a junior. She's really come along, doing much better underneath the basket.
Phantoms will try a 3-point attempt off the mark, and rebound comes to the Bruins. Deep in the corner, and we've got a travel.
Did you get the Bethel lineup? Here we go.
Yep, Scotty was going to show us, and here they are, the Lady Bruins starters for tonight's contest. We got Jones, Johnson, Williams, Spriggs, and Dorsey, the starting 5 for the Bethel Bruins. For Norm Bingo, and a 3-point basket. And unfortunately, I was looking at the starting lineup. Okay,
number 12, that's Jackson, I think, got
Jackson,
it, Tim.
Okay. Shanika Jackson makes it a 3-2 game, and underneath.
Nice pass from Ashley Spriggs that time for that basket. Tim, Ashley is just a freshman.
Jones got the basket, and that gives a 1-point lead back to the Bruins. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball, no shot clock. There is a time factor. You must get it across the center court line in 10 seconds. Good feed down low. And the shot won't go, but a foul is called.
I like to see this, what the Bruins are doing. They're looking for somebody under the basket, and they're not afraid to pass it underneath when even they've got a decent shot to get a better shot.
We'll get a chance to see that play again.
And Tim, we will pick a player of the game from both these teams tonight, and that player receive a plaque and a shirt. Plaque comes from Dave Buckwalder, who is no longer in business, but he is supplying the plaques for us and doing the Zooms Award for us. We do appreciate him. And the shirt comes from Islander Sporting Goods. They're located in Pocosin. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
1 out of 2 at the free throw line, but the offensive rebound to the Bruins, and then they are unfortunately not able to control it under the basket, and the ball turns over. 5-3 Bethel. Early first period here from Bethel High School. Phantoms will move the ball around top of the key.
Well, they're playing a man-to-man, but they are sagging back on number 23, Alston. She also is just a freshman.
And Veronica Bryant ties the ball game at 5. Good full court pressure. Bruins break it. The ball kicked but didn't get a whistle. Bruins will drive the lane, and the dish is just too strong. They'll say, however, one of the Phantoms got a finger on it, so it'll still be the Bruins ball.
Well, they must have got a finger because I didn't see anything else.
That's what they ruled. So the Bruins will keep it, tied at 5. This game videotaped on the 1st of February, 2002.
This is 0202 2002, right?
Is that what it is?
If you're going to play the
0201.
lottery, it'd be 222 today, huh?
Yeah. Or 212.
Something.
020102.
Oh, this is the first. I think in the second. There you go. I'm a day ahead already.
In the lane, the jumper is good.
That looks like Johnson.
Veronica Johnson hits the first basket of her evening, and that gives the Bruins a 2-point lead, 7-5.
Her dad helps the Phoebus football team coach. He's one of the coaches over there. Very odd.
Phantoms have the ball spread out. Not in any particular hurry, rather methodical. Again, no shot clock, so there's no hurry for them to shoot.
Well, and they're playing a zone. You can't drive through a zone, but she did pick up the foul. A young lady from the Phoebus Athletic Boosters asked if we'd make this announcement so if the people read this thing or watch this, that the Phoebus T-shirts and sweatshirts are on sale, and just give Pam Pavlik a call at 851-7969.
Ooh, does that count?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Whoa.
Shanika Jackson's going to get a 3-point opportunity as she was in the act of shooting and got fouled. And she will go to the free throw line. That foul charged to Tasha Jones, her first. And Jackson converts the 3-point play. So that gives the Phantoms the lead once again. It's seesawed back and forth here. At about 5 or 6 lead changes.
Nice trap that the Phantoms are trying to get some turnovers, and they got it. That zone trap just kind of caught the Bruins by a little bit of surprise.
4:31 remaining in the first period. Phantoms with the ball and a 1-point lead. Bryant and Jackson. This is Jackson. She'll put it up short. Rebound blocked nicely underneath the basket. Counts.
Whoa.
And a foul.
Another chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Phoebus does a good job of breaking to the basket and getting rebounds.
Kamisha Alston, as you'll watch the replay here, underneath, she got the basket and drew the foul. That was against number 33, Amber Dorsey, her first. And Alston gets the free throw. So very productive on these 3-point plays. Went from a 7-6 game, and now it's 7-5 game rather, and now it's 11-7 in favor of the Phantoms. They've reeled off 6 straight. Bruins try to answer, can't get it to go. From the corner, short. Good position underneath.
Great position.
Kamisha Alston there for the stick back.
Tim Ness, another freshman.
13-7 Phoebus.
So 8 straight points unanswered, and a nice drive to the hoop by Veronica Johnson.
Boy, she did. She found a lane and just took it right to the basket. Tried to put some pressure and try to draw a foul. Did a great job.
Breaks an 8-0 scoring binge by the Phantoms. A little bit out of control, but the loose ball is picked up by a Phantom. Yet another offensive rebound. Jackson for Bryant. Bryant drove the lane, couldn't get it to stay down.
I think she was expecting to get some contact and got nothing.
In the lane, too strong. Fast and furious pace for these two squads. And a shovel
scoop.
shot.
Scoop.
A scoop by Shanika Jackson. She says, I'll just see what happens.
Man.
15-9. There you see the score on your screen.
I
And
tell
we've
you
got to
that
travel.
that 2-1-2 press is bothering the Bruins, and Coach Bingo's going to call a timeout.
5 turnovers to none. Phoebus not turned the ball
Phoebus yet to turn the ball over, while the Bruins have committed 5 here in the first period.
Man, that's a lot of turnovers early. Talk a little bit about our crew. Scotty Bowers is our director, graphics. Andy Foley, audio is Mike Nowinski, the engineer down Sherrouse. Camera is Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bowers, and Ron Baton. Watch his scoop shot, instant replay, as we'll watch right there, Andre Mattingly.
Phoebus controls the boards by a margin of 7-5 here in the first period. Those statistics, compliments of Bob Killen.
Hey, you see Susan Bowers. We may have, I don't know if we got Brian Rutledge and John Moore here tonight, but they will sometimes do some of the camera work for us.
There they are,
right there. They're ready to go.
Speaking, you shall see. All right, the Phantoms with a 6-point lead.
And the Bruins came out of that zone, Tim.
Again, the Phantoms being very deliberate. This is Alston, now left wing for Jackson. She spots Bryant. Bryant's open. She'll take the two-pointer, and it's off the board too strong. Ashley Spriggs cleans the boards for the Bruins. Three-point attempt, good.
Oh, nice follow-through.
So Veronica Johnson hits the 3. She's got 7 of the Bruins' 12 points. That'll catch up in a hurry, those three-pointers.
It will.
Jackson, who was, let's just say, she's not afraid to shoot from anywhere.
Yeah.
And she'll take the jumper and gets nothing, no iron, no nothing. And then in an effort to keep it in bounds, Spriggs stepped on the sideline.
Well, you can't fault her hustle. And Ashley Spriggs, Tim, she's a 6-foot freshman.
I'm impressed. First time I've seen the Bruins, and I did see in the other game that we did the Phantoms. Phantoms look much better than they did that first game.
Yeah.
And both teams are playing quite well here in the first. There's Nathaniel Don't Rain on Me Braxton up there in the rafters.
Well, it's...
No rain up there. Phantoms want to penetrate. Ball gets knocked away, and then a traveling ensues. So the Bruins down by 3 with 1:15 to go in the first period. And Zooms, speaking of Zooms, yes, I'd love to have some pizza on my way home. I'm going to have to think about that. This is Friday night. I can get me a little binge for the weekend.
Well, I know they're looking for you to come by.
Well, I went up the other day. I stopped by to get gas the other night, and good price on gas at the Zooms, of course, that premium Citgo gas. But went in there, and they didn't recognize me. And
You lost too much weight.
Well, they knew people.
That's what it was.
They shifted around.
And they didn't know that one stool belonged to you.
They didn't know.
Oh,
but I set them straight.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Jumper in and out, and the rebound comes to the Bruins, knocked away, but the Phantoms touched it last.
So that was a good hustle that time by Veronica Bryant. Missed the shot, but she went after the steal. She didn't hang her head because the shot didn't go in.
Like I would have. Less than a minute now, 43 seconds. Bruins apparently not looking at the clock as far as holding for the last shot. They'll try a three-pointer. This one's a little too strong, went right to a Bruin teammate, but she couldn't hold on to it. So we have 30.7 on the clock.
That's Amber Dorsey. She thought it was going to come off the rim, and it didn't.
So the Phantoms now could go for the last shot if they choose to do so.
12-15.
Oh, she had a wide out.
Tight quarters pass, jumper up no good, and chased down by Veronica Johnson. She'll push it up the court, knocked away on a nice hustle on defense by Kamisha Alston.
Boy, she did, didn't she?
Yes, that's why I'm enjoying watching both of these teams, because there's a lot of hustle out there.
And some good athletes.
Yeah, I'm total agreement. So 5.5 seconds, actually 5.5. Is that half?
Sounds like half to me. since there's 10.
Is there 10 tenths?
10 clicks in a second.
There you go. Nice block.
Nice block.
Jackson got the block, and then the ball was knocked out of bounds with 1/10 of a second. And quite frankly, according to the rules I understand, you can only tip it, as we watch the replay, only tip it to the basket. You can't actually grab it and shoot because there wouldn't be enough time. And the buzzer will sound, ending a fast and furious first period as you watch some of the replay here.
That was that block, Tim. Nice camera work, guys. Nice camera work. And there she go diving after the ball. I tell you,
yeah.
Neither one of these teams give up a whole lot on hustle. They both are fighting and diving for the ball. They love it.
Good, fast-paced first period. Not a lot of fouls. Not a lot of. Who was that man that walked in front of us? That was there's Big Mike.
There he is, Big Mike. He's going to go and sit next to Kellen. The whole place is going to tilt a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about Zooms, Tim. Zooms is going to recognize the senior basketball player on all the teams in the Hampton system this year that has demonstrated academic excellence, and these players will be awarded plaques at the school board meeting after the season's over. And we'd like to thank David Allen and Zoom for their continuing support of WHCS and our student athletes. I'm picking up a lot. Is that Kellen I'm hearing?
That's Kellen. I can't turn my mic down enough to quiet him.
Just smack him. If I had something sticking in his mouth,
Just offer some food. That'll take care of that.
Well, Jack McDonald, a good buddy of mine, says Bob Killen never met a hot dog he didn't like.
That's for sure. All right, second period underway. Bruins trailing by 3 in a seesaw first period. Several lead changes, and then finally the Phantoms went on an 8-point scoring binge before the Bruins came back. Almost knocked away. We're going to say it was touched by the Bruins,
I guess, yeah. That was a close call. I don't know that I would have known who hit it last.
Right in front of us, but referee Rodriguez saw it and called it.
Well, I saw it.
You got to be decisive, and he was.
Just a reminder, we will have the boys contest for you here on Channel 46 between these two schools. That'll be coming up on another evening. And they left alone underneath, no contention. Christina Parrish is going to give me an easy bank shot like that. I'll take it.
And taking a heartbeat. She's just a sophomore. A lot of these young ladies will be back next year for the Phantoms and the Bruins.
Okay, it's 12-17. Nope, that's the way to do it. Phoebus.
Bruins down by 5. Good movement, good man-to-man coverage. Contact in the lane, that'll be a charge.
Yeah.
At least that's the way referee Rodriguez saw it. And that's Nikki Jones as she bowled over the defender. That was a good call, I thought.
Yeah, she was a little out of control. We watched the replay right here. Whoa! She was going through no matter who was there.
Yeah. Good position was established, and it was big-time contact.
Damn, this game coming, like I predicted it. I'm telling you, Phoebus girls will win. Now let's go up to the first quarter. What's going to happen?
Phantoms.
Oh, nice looking shot.
Yeah, off the heel of the rim, comes out to Tasha Jones, who got the rebound. She's double-teamed and gets it off over to Johnson. Now they'll work it down low in the lane, put it up, and got it. Nice move by Amber Dorsey to score the bucket, and it makes it again a 3-point difference.
And now the Bruins are in a 2-2-1 full court press.
Found the open player, but she couldn't get the ball away. In a heavy traffic, it's intercepted by the Bruins. Brooke Williams.
The Phantoms did a great job of breaking the press. They just and got the shot they wanted.
And they're going to call that over and back as the ball thrown by the Bruins into the backcourt. So the turnover will give it to the Phantoms. I can hear Bob better than I can you. This is tight quarters here. We got the 3 blind mice here, or the 3 Stooges, whatever you want to call it.
I think Stooges would probably be better because I don't think we're all blind yet.
Shot up and no good, but a foul called on the play, and did not meet with approval from the Bruins bench, to say the least.
No.
Foul was called against Tasha Jones. That'll be her second. And I thought that was an active shooting foul, but I guess it was not deemed to be so. Phantoms have it knocked away. It'll still belong to the Phoebus team.
Well, you know, the Phantoms, as aggressive as they are, Tim, they haven't but one foul called against their team. And
now
I know I'm going to, but
now now you've
I'll be
done it.
throwing your pin down.
We'll be here till midnight now. There'll be 37 fouls called in the next 6 minutes. Shot is an air ball, taken underneath by Dorsey, and she gives it off to Brooke Williams. She's hounded by Veronica Bryant. Johnson's shot off the rim. Stick back by Spriggs doesn't go, but she draws the foul.
She did. She got hammered.
The score is 17-14.
Ashley Spriggs will be at the free throw line. You watch the replay there.
Yeah, she got a little bit of arm and ball, and maybe he smacked her in the face. I don't know.
Got her pretty good. Foul is called against Kim London. That'll be her first of the ball game. And Spriggs unable to hit the first of two. And she gets the second one, so she's 2 for 4. And it's a 2-point difference. And Spriggs commits the foul. That one was pretty easy to call.
Yeah.
You can't knock someone over like that. That's all.
Well, you can if you're playing football.
Or if the referee's not watching. It only counts if you get caught.
Bruins standing that man-to-man. That zone just did not do much for them.
Phantoms work it down low. Nice block, but they get it back. That was a nice looking block by Amber Dorsey. She showed good timing. And we've got a travel call. So the turnover gives it back to the Phantoms.
A great patience to get the ball inside, but she moved her feet in doing so. But you can't fault her for the execution. Nice steal.
Off the glass, can't get it to stay down. Veronica Johnson has it almost stolen, and the Phoebus player said,
the official was in her way. She's upset.
Shanika Jackson showing the intensity you want to see out of your players. She just tried to literally bowl over the official if she could have to get to that ball. Of course, the official can't make themselves disappear.
No, they can't, and they become part of the floor.
Right.
So
And
if
she
they're
almost
in
did.
bounds, the ball's still in bounds. If they're out of bounds and it hits them, then the ball's out of bounds.
Sharon Toomer almost became part of the floor
She did.
and part of the table and everything else.
I think Jackson felt like she could have got the ball.
Oh, is it? That's blue ball. Terrible.
Tight quarters over there, and that time the Bruins couldn't control it, so they'll turn it over. So now Jackson gets her way. She ultimately ended up getting the ball without a shot being taken by the Bruins. Jackson's got a free throw, 2 twos and a 3, and this one doesn't go. Stick back blocked. And the ball tied up. Good job, good hustle by number 22, Ashley Spriggs.
She just never gave up on the ball.
4:13 remaining. We haven't had much scoring in this particular quarter. Slowed the pace considerably, but there's no lack of action. Jackson from the
got a
corner hit
three.
the 3. That's her second.
That her second 3?
She's got 11 points on 2 threes, 2 twos, and a free throw.
Well, Tim, that was a set play. She threw it in bounds and then went to the corner and got the return pass. Set inbounds play.
And another travel call. So the Bruins turn it over without a shot. They're down by 5 now as we are under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Good full court pressure being applied by the Bruins. The Phantoms able to get it across the timeline. Blocked.
Oh, another nice block.
telling
That's
you.
about 2 or 3 for her, isn't it?
Yes, Amber Dorsey's been just outstanding blocking, and that's her 3rd block of the ball game. Now, statistically, do you get a block and a rebound on that shot, or you just get a block?
I think, yeah, the ball never did get up to the basket.
In the lane, Williams can't get it to stay down. She opened the scoring tonight, but couldn't get that one to stay in the bucket. 20-15, the Phantoms. Again, Phoebus using a lot of patience. Shot didn't go, and then over the back. That'll cost Spriggs a foul. That'll be her 2nd.
And you know, that's a kind of a tough foul to call because I thought the Phoebus girl went into the Bethel Bruin to Spriggs.
Interesting, okay.
Spriggs was there and she went in and made contact, and I didn't know which way they were going to call it.
90% of the time, I think they'll call it the way I thought they would.
I think you're right.
But I'd like to see it called that way once in a while because that's exactly what happened. It was a good official interpretation of that. Top of the key. Johnson's shot won't stay down, but the rebound comes to Spriggs, and she put it in. Dorsey, rather. Amber Dorsey, 33.
Whoa, fast and furious. What was that?
Scotty said something about stop the tape. Tim said something good about the officials. You're confusing me with Bob the Basher. That's Basher Bob you're confusing me with. I'm Timid Tim here. I don't pick on
Timid Tim? No.
Oh, yeah. I've never yelled at officials.
Wait a minute now. I remember a time that Scotty had to edit some tape.
They only got 2 for Miss Williams on that one, although she was precariously close to the 3-point line. And now a good steal. Veronica Johnson, dish right side for Williams again. No good, but the stick back is good. So Ashley Spriggs gets the stick back, and the Bruins regain the lead.
Tim, they were down, 5? That's straight 6 points.
6 off the steals, and they regain the lead 21-20 with 1.5 minutes to go in the half. And we've got a foul on the way to the hoop.
That looked like a good block from here, but somebody must have got some body.
Well, the official was right there, and she called it a hack. We'll get a chance to watch this one on the replay. See if you can detect the foul.
Yeah, got a body.
So the free throw attempt by Alston is off the mark. Foul was charged to Chanel Scott, number 32. That's her first. 7 fouls against the Bruins as a team, and neither of the free throws are good by Cassie Alston. So the Bruins keep the lead, 1 point. And a travel. Referee Rodriguez likes the travel call. That's his specialty, I think. I'm not saying it wasn't, but he likes to call it.
Yeah, well, he's called a few of them.
1:13 remaining in the half. Phantoms trying to break the press. Jackson needs some help. Got some from Alston, who came back, and they just get it across the 10-second line as we are at a minute now. Ball knocked away, but the Phantoms get it back. This will be a long three-pointer by Jackson. That was an NBA three-pointer there. Williams will drive the lane and blocked by Jackson, and then she's tripped up and no call.
Had to be some contact somewhere there.
Well, it looked like one of those could have been called, but to the official's credit, she didn't call either of them. So watch the replays. You tell me. Looked like some heavy contact. Well, actually, she didn't trip her. That's a good call. She actually just fell down trying to go around her. So the Bruins with the ball and a 1-point lead. They could try for the last shot. Doesn't look like they will, however. And then Williams drives the lane and draws the foul. That's just the 4th foul against the Phantoms, so it'll be a non-shooting foul. Player control. Referee Rodriguez says, come on over here, ladies. This will be out at the sideline. 32.6 seconds remaining. Johnson. Excellent ball handling, and she draws the foul.
And that was a good call because Johnson had got by her defender, and the defender reached out and gave her a little bit of shove. But she did it right in front of Rodriguez.
Called against Cassie Alston. Again, not in the bonus yet, so once again it'll be player control time. So Johnson once again will trigger with 27.6 seconds remaining.
Looked like a steal.
Yep, Phantoms had the ball after it got knocked loose, so they could elect to take the last shot. Neither team seems to want to play that role, but it looks like perhaps now the Phantoms will, as we are at 14 seconds. 10. Rodriguez barely got out of the way. 5 seconds. In the lane, Jackson is fouled.
Looked like we might have had a double dribble out there in the top, but it wasn't called.
There you see the story. 3.5 seconds remaining in the half. 1-on-1 time for Jackson. Foul was called against Veronica Johnson, just her first. Jackson will not get the bonus. The ball is loose. And possession arrow will give it to the Bruins, but just 0.8 of a second remain in the half. Not enough time really for anything to happen. So the buzzer will sound, ending the first half in a very competitive, well-played first half. Our score at halftime is Bethel 21 and Phoebus 20. We'll return to Bethel High School for the third period of action after this brief timeout. Back here at halftime, you see the scorer Phoebus trailing by 1 point after they had led 20-15, but the Bruins rattled off 6 straight points to take the lead at halftime. In the team statistics, the rebounds are 14 for the Phantoms and 7 turnovers, while the Bruins have 17 rebounds but 13 turnovers, almost twice as many turnovers. The leading rebound.
That's amazing, Tim, to have that many more rebounds and be leading.
Amber Dorsey led the pack with 6 rebounds and 3 block shots. And Shanika Jackson and Kamisha Alston each with 4 rebounds apiece for the Phoebus Phantoms. In the score column, Shanika Jackson for the Phantoms with 11. She had a couple of threes, 2 twos, and a free throw. 7 points for Kamisha Alston. 6. I'll get it right yet here. 5 points. That's where I had an extra 2 points there. Couldn't figure out where it came from.
Well, Killen probably made it.
That's what. And 2 points each for Veronica Bryant and Christina Parrish. Leading scorer for the Bruins was Veronica Johnson. She has 7. 4 points for 3 other players. That's Brooke Williams, Ashley Spriggs, and Amber Dorsey, each with 4, and 2 points for Tasha Jones.
Well, they come out just as aggressive as they did the first part.
Jackson from deep in the corner misses the shot, and the rebound comes off to the Bruins.
She didn't give much pressure that time, Tim, and I think she had too much time to think about the shot.
In heavy traffic, batted away by the Phantoms, so both teams come out and turn the ball over to start the second half. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Bethel High School. 3-pointer off the mark. Battle for the rebound and a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it over to the Bruins.
Well, Cassie Alston was much shorter than the other two young ladies underneath the basket, but she got her hands and fought for the ball.
Score remains as it was at halftime, 21-20. We've played a little less than a minute. In the lane, heavy contact, no foul on the reach over, no foul on the reach in.
And we got a young lady that she really come down on her knee hard, Tim.
And she is in quite a bit of anguish. Can't make out who it is yet, and hopefully it's just one of those things that stings for a minute, but you can recover from it. I'm not sure.
Hey, Scotty, watch the official's eyes. He missed the charge.
Right here, there was a charge right there, and then the young lady went over the back, and but that was just.
I got Bob's coming clearer than you are again.
I'll turn it off.
No, you don't have to turn it off.
We're just going to have you do play-by-play.
I'll switch places with you.
This microphone must be jacked up tonight.
I don't know what it is, but I'm picking him up. I hope the young lady is not.
Have we been able to tell who it is yet?
No, I couldn't see the number.
20.
Well, he says it's 7. We don't have a 7.
When she
Scott.
shot, he was just like this. He missed everything on the
Oh, it's 23, Tim. It's
that's
Alston. That's the freshman, and she's up and walking off. That's a good sign.
That's real good, yeah. And if you ever got hit real hard, knee to knee or shin to knee, you know that is not something that feels good.
But Womack, number 24, Janelle Womack is replacing her. Phoebus has got the ball out underneath the basket.
So neither team here, with the first 57 seconds of the third period gone, neither team able to score, and another turnover. That was just an unforced turnover there.
Yeah, she just took her eye off the ball.
Again, I remind you, we'll have the boys contest between Phoebus and Bethel. That'll be coming up here on Channel 46 on another evening. Check the channel for the exact time, usually around 7 o'clock.
Oh, that was a double dribble.
Yep. Can't dribble with both hands at the same time. Didn't pick that one up. And a foul that could have been called, not. Yeah, I was afraid they would, and I'm glad they're not. I'd rather they not call them.
No, but they're doing it both ends.
Yeah, that's it. Be consistent. That's all any coach ever asks for. Or play-by-play man.
Absolutely.
Ball on the floor and a tie-up. A possession error will give it over to the Phantoms. So Jackson got down on the floor and did the dirty work, and for her efforts, her team gets the ball. Shanika Jackson. Almost stolen by the Bruins. Inside, bad pass. This one is stolen by the Bruins. And all the way to the other end is Amber Dorsey, and she draws the foul.
And that might have not been a bad foul. Alston, Tim, really just didn't let her get that easy layup. Right here, you see.
She didn't really reach in, or I think she just obstructed her ability to get to the basket. Body block. Dorsey cans the free throw. Seeing the name Womack always conjures up memories of an Antoine Womack.
I don't know
whether they're related or not, but Antoine, of course, attended Phoebus High School. So both free throws are good, and the Bruins expand their lead to 3. And the Phantoms turn it over.
It's a nice little shuffle pass. The young lady was not expecting it.
And happily to see Kamisha Alston checking back in the game with probably a pretty nasty bruise on her shin, if that's what happened, but glad to see her able to return. Williams outside the three-point arc. Her pass, not a good one, picked off by number 21, Cassie Alston, who goes the length of the floor and scores.
That's what steals will do for you.
Back to a 1-point difference now.
That's the first basket that the Phantoms have scored in quite a while.
Took almost 2.5 minutes for it. Top of the key, shot no good. Offensive rebound blocked.
Oh. I tell you, the Bruins are getting some blocks tonight.
Dorsey's just been outstanding on the blocks. Johnson will put it up and hits it.
Oh, I tell you.
That's a 2. I couldn't see where she was on the court, but she was close to the three-point line, but a 2-pointer is recorded. And then the Phantoms throw it away. Phantoms had just 7 turnovers in the first half to 13 for the Bruins, but as you said, Bob, in spite of that difference, the Bruins still held a 1-point lead at halftime. Ball knocked away, so another turnover. Turnovers have been fast and furious in this game. And we've got a whistle and another turnover, so they playing real sloppy here in the third after a real well-played first half.
Yeah, I think the young lady thought she was going to get a charge foul, but she traveled before there was contact was made. See right there.
I don't know how that's called a travel if you have the ball come loose like that.
I don't either. After seeing the replay, I'm not too sure I agree with that call.
In the lane, shot is up, and a offensive foul charged to Dorsey.
Both of these teams ultra aggressive.
Watch this one, and did a good job of getting over there, but boy, that didn't give her much room to maneuver.
That's right.
You got to you have to be set. Well, it was a bang call, and it was probably the right call. So neither team, after being well played in the first half, neither team can control the ball now. They just keep turning it over back and forth. And the Phantoms kick it out of bounds after the missed shot. .356 left in the third. Just 2 points have been scored by the Phantoms and just 3 points by the Bruins.
Oh, nice pass.
Pretty good block by Jackson, but a foul called.
Well, she got it with the body, but she got all ball with the hand.
And we talked about that in a recent game. As you watch the replay here, you're going to see Jackson get the ball with her arm, but the body. And that's what so many fans who get irate and say, but they got all ball. They don't realize that the body contact is a foul as well.
The Bruins have been pretty successful at the foul line tonight.
Well, they were 2 for 4 until that one. And the Phantoms were 2 for 5 in the first half. Spriggs will try her 6th attempt. She's 2 for 5, and she misses that one. So neither team able to find the basket here in the third period. Jackson, top of the key for Jones. Down on the baseline, the jumper is off the mark and knocked out of bounds, they say, by the Phantoms. And another turnover. Mr. Rodriguez's favorite call, the travel. Shot does not go, but we've got a foul, and that, I believe, was a 3-point attempt.
Yeah, I think it was. No, he's just giving it. Was he giving her 3 or 2? I can't tell.
I wasn't sure either. I will see in just a moment. In any event, the foul is called against Ashley Spriggs, and that is her 2nd. But Bryant, Veronica Bryant, cans it. Apparently she just had 2 because, and that one stays down.
Well, she must have been just on the line, is the only thing I can figure out, because she was deep in the corner.
So she gets both, and it's a 1-point game again. Bruins still leading 25-24. 3:28 left in the third.
Now, Chanel Jackson, number 33, a freshman, is checked in for the Bruins.
And the ball put up by Nikki Jones, and she's fouled. It'll be 2 shots. And the whistle goes against Kamisha Alston, her first. Here's the replay.
I think Rodriguez missed a travel he could have called.
Don't bring that to his attention. He's used up his quota of travels tonight.
Oh, well, that's why he called a foul then.
That's right. Phantoms down by 1, and that one didn't make it to the iron, so they'll give that ball to the Phantoms as they trail by 1.
Well, usually you get that ball out of bounds on the side, and they're
ball knocked out by the Bruins, I believe. How are they going to call it? No, they're going to say no. It was knocked out by the Phantoms. So another turnover.
Knocked it out.
nice hustle. Hey, Christina Parrish is showing some good hustle out there, Tim. She's just a sophomore for the Phantoms.
Straight A student, too.
Hey, Killen tells me she's straight A student.
Always nice to recognize their academic prowess when we can. Knocked away and stolen. Jackson will try to go coast to coast, and she does.
Nice, soft layup. Finally, they're back with the lead first time since about halfway through the third quarter, or second quarter.
26-25 Phoebus. In a close game, the biggest difference, I believe, was 5 or 6 points. It was 21-15 at one point. Jackson drives the lane. I get it out yet, and is guilty of the charge. You just can't go into that lane like that with all those bodies there without drawing the foul. Watch this. You're going to see.
25 was moving.
Yeah.
That's a pretty close call.
It was very close, but as you and I have said for 21 years, that's the toughest call to make because it is a bang-bang situation. You either barely established position or you barely didn't.
Well, I don't think she did, but.
Yep. No, but we had the benefit of the replay, too. Stolen away by Alston.
Well, she actually blocked the shot.
And then threw it away. Jackson did this time. Tried to kind of, in one motion, dribble and throw it to her teammate and off the mark.
Maybe just a little bit out of control.
Yeah. So a rather different third period than we had from the first period, which was much better played than this, but it's still competitive. 26-25 Phoebus. And a 3-second violation. Back in for the Phantoms is Veronica Bryant, and she will replace Kamisha Alston.
This quarter, it's 12 turnovers for Phoebus, 8 for Bethel.
12 turnovers for Phoebus in this period.
Oh! Veronica Bryant comes off the bench of firing, doesn't she?
Bryant gives her team a 4-point lead with that three-pointer. Bad pass. But then a couple of Phantoms run into each other, but Jackson's there to get it.
Johnny on the spot, Tim.
And Coach Norm Bingo says that's more than I wanted to see here. We have completely gotten out of our game and now trail by 6.
Well, if that last series, 2 Phoebus girls fell over each other going for the ball, and a third one ended up with the ball.
Right there, the Phantoms. But then Jackson.
Nice camera work.
Good camera work.
Hey, yeah, that's young Mr. Moore down there, John Moore underneath the basket. But the point I was trying to make is how many of the Phoebus girls were going to the ball, and it looked like some of the Bethel girls were just kind of spectating. Let's see what's going to happen. You know, you can't do that. And the reason that they've got now, a 6-point lead after trailing by 1 most of this quarter is because of their hustle.
They've outscored the Bruins 11-4 here in the third. As you see some of the fans in attendance here at Bethel High School. Super Bowl weekend.
Whoa, yeah, who you picking?
The easy pick is the Rams.
Yeah, that's the easy one. You know, I'd take the Patriots, but I'm going to have to get some points, a lot of odds.
Well, you get 14 points if you were a betting man.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough still.
I don't either.
I enjoy the whole surrounding of the game. I enjoy the whole lead up into it, and then the commercials will be great.
Oh, they always are good.
And another travel. So that's, we are over a quarter now, Mr. Rodriguez. That's all the travel calls you can call.
No more.
No more.
He's used his quota for the game.
No mas. We give up 56.9 seconds remaining. Phantoms. And that'll end up in a over and back as the Phantoms throw it into the back court, and the Bruins will get it with 40.9 seconds remaining. They trail by 6. Phantoms 6-6 in the conference, 7-8 overall, and the Bruins 4-8 in both district play as well as overall play. I guess the Phantoms must have been in some kind of Christmas tournament or something to have 2 extra games. Nice move to the basket by number 33, Amber Dorsey. So after a drought, the Phantoms, or rather the Bruins rather, get a basket, and then the Phantoms throw it away.
Some of their own mistakes are their own worst enemy, Tim.
And they just play a little out of control, but the game has seesawed back and forth. 10 seconds.
Well, now there was a travel that was missed.
Well, I told you he'd used up his quota.
Nice rebound that time.
Phantoms get the rebound, and the buzzer sounds to end the third period. So the Bruins scored just 7 points in the period. And the Phantoms are able to register 10 points. So after 3, it's 31-27 as you see on your screen. The Phantoms have regained the lead after trailing at halftime. Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the funeral director. They are located at North Armstead Avenue and Center Parkway. Give them a call or stop by their facilities there at North Armstead and Center Parkway, 827-4670.
And we do want to remind the fans that we will pick a player of the game from both of these teams. They will receive a plaque which comes from Dave Buckwalter. He just does things for us. He loves sports, and the shirt comes from the Islander Sporting Goods. They're located in Poquoson. John Roberts is the owner there, so appreciate the help those two young men give us.
Third period found 3 rebounds for the Bruins to 6 for the Phantoms, and the turnovers 10 for Bethel and 13 for the Phantoms. So neither team played well in the third period. The Bruins played a little less effectively on offense as the Phantoms lead by 4 and have the ball.
So that young Janelle Womack, great job that time of a steal.
Got some new faces out there for the Phantoms.
Whoa! No foul. No blood, no foul. And no traveling.
It wasn't a travel.
Man.
And now Tiffany Everett wants a timeout. That was either a charge or a block. It had to be one of the two.
Oh, it had to be a block. Oh, my.
Sure looked like a block. I want to remind everybody we've had a bit of an extension to our regular coverage this year with that snow out that we had. This would have been our last game, but we're going to have a makeup game next Friday night on Channel 46. Where are we going to be?
We'll be at Kickotan for the Crabbers will come visiting.
Originally, that game was to be played
well
on the 4th of January at Hampton.
Well, actually, in essence, this is the last regular. This is a regular scheduled game.
Right.
Instead of doing the first one they play, we're doing the last one. So it's the second in the series. They play each other twice anyway.
Right. But my point is, it was
but this is not that game. This is a different game.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's a different game.
Well,
no,
what I meant was it wasn't the one that was snowed out or whatever. Okay.
Right. No, it's our makeup, not theirs.
There you go. Are you and I making up?
I didn't know we had been fighting. Just clarifying, that's all.
Well, you did a good job.
And you should be.
And Scotty stays confused.
Amber Dorsey scores, and then the Bruins are back within 4. Jackson. No one's on her now. She's picked up by Johnson. Veronica Johnson comes out. Womack has it blocked. Another block for Amber Dorsey. She's just been outstanding. That's 5 blocked shots in the game. Battle underneath, and the stick back by Dorsey is good.
Wow, make a great defensive play at one end and an offensive putback at the other end.
8 points in the second half for Dorsey to go along with her 5 blocked shots in the ballgame. And a traveling call.
Well, she's allowed.
Yeah, she hadn't used up her quota. 33-31, as again the Bruins have climbed back into it, down by just 2, and they've got the ball.
This has been a game of spurts.
And we've got a violation. No, we got a timeout called before the ball was inbounded.
That's something new that the coach can call a timeout. Call a 30-second timeout because he thought they were going to get a 5-second call, I believe. The reason he did that.
Call because he had already handed the ball to them to throw out.
What was that? I heard part of it.
He said, "How you doing?"
How you doing?
Bob was saying that was a bad call because he had already handed the ball to the player to inbound the ball. And technically you can't call a timeout once the player has the ball and is going to inbound it. But if it's your team, I guess you can.
Yeah, it's your team. I think you can.
So that's the difference.
Matter of fact, the ball was in the air when the whistle blew.
Well, now we're getting technical.
We had a technical? You don't have your seatbelt on?
Yeah, no. When I was over here, they wanted to put a seatbelt on me.
You sure that guy's name isn't Fernandez?
No, it's Rodriguez. Fernandez. You're not talking about Fernandez. Oh, my. Take me back. We got a little cleanup job. I think they spilled some water or something over there on the side.
Yep. Or it's raining and I didn't hear about it.
Somebody's water break.
This is a water break?
Yeah, it's a water break. That's exactly what he said.
Oh, you're something else.
That's what he said.
Dipped it in and caught the
Well, he's something else.
You can hear the squeaking of the shoes. That means it's getting dried up. My wife could always tell.
Sherry Martin, the one of the Homework 2000 teachers.
My wife can always tell when she comes in the room
The
and I'm
math
watching
zone.
basketball. I won't get us out.
Well, there you go, Tim. You know, you forget. It's the math zone, not Homework 2000.
Let me know when I can get back in here.
Well, you want to get back in?
I tried to say it 4 times, but the squeaky shoes, my wife can always tell when she walks in the room and I'm watching basketball, she says, "You're watching squeaky shoes." Because you can hear all those shoes squeaking.
Yep.
And she doesn't like squeaky shoes. So
Oh, she doesn't.
I have to change sides.
That's why she likes football better, isn't
That's
it?
right, no squeaky shoes.
Well, her team didn't do too good this year.
Yes, it did. Philadelphia made it far as they did.
Yeah, but she was used to being Minnesota's team.
And you know what? To her credit, she didn't tell me that she was all along pulling for the Eagles. That she still has her heart is still in Philadelphia, but she still actually she was a Saints fan this year.
Yeah.
See, she likes Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, bro, I tell you, I'm impressed with him. He's really done a good job.
Yeah, she used to be a Minnesota fan when Randall Cunningham was there.
Yeah.
But now she's a big Saints fan, and Aaron Brooks, she thinks Aaron should get a big contract this year. He's in his in free agency this year, so I think he will. I'm sure not the reason that the Saints aren't playing still, that's for sure. 5:16 remaining in regulation. We're tied at 33. Jackson dishes and a hammer underneath.
Nice pass, though. Everybody thought she was going to shoot.
Kamisha Alston just hacked. Got some body, though.
Got a hand on the ball, but a little bit of body.
That's the third on Tasha Jones. And I think her attitude was no easy baskets. You're going to earn these at the free throw line, as the first one is good by Kamisha Alston. Phantoms by a point. So the foul turns out to be a good foul in that Alston only gets 1 of 2. 1 point lead for the Phantoms.
10 rebounds for Dorsey.
Dorsey with double-digit rebounds in the game. She's got 10. She's got double-digit points, too.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Who got the basket? I looked away.
I'm not sure.
Number 22, Spriggs.
Thank you. Spriggs got the basket. I looked away at my score sheet, and I figured you said nice shot. You knew who threw it up.
No, I just saw it go in.
That gives the Bruins a 1 point lead. Ball loose, but picked up by Johnson. Johnson will shoot it, no good. And we've got a foul underneath. So this one goes against Dorsey. That is her third. Neither team has anyone in real foul trouble. Dorsey has 3, as does Tasha Jones. A little more than 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Phantoms with the ball, trailing by 1. Parrish is open, and they say she traveled.
She dribbled.
I thought she dribbled too. But referee Toomer hadn't used her quota of travel calls. Watch it. How can you travel if you put the ball on the floor?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Unless they say she traveled before she dribbled.
Well, that's got to be the call. Williams is open. Got it. So Brooke Williams has 6 points. And the Bruins now lead by 3. Open player underneath. She's hammered, and she'll get a pair.
And that's a good foul.
Yes, it was. Only problem is it's against Dorsey, I believe, and that's her 4th. So that is a good and a bad foul all in one.
But I'm impressed with the way the Phantoms broke that press and looked for the easy basket off of it.
Alston, she is 3 of 4 from the free throw line, Kamisha Alston. Four out of 5. So she's got 8 points on the night, and it's a 1-point lead for the Bruins. And that one is stolen. Good hustle by Cassie Alston. Little more than 3 minutes remain in regulation. A 1-point game. Bruins up by 1. Jackson drives, dishes. Alston's shot is too strong, and Spriggs cleans the board. Williams has to get across the 10-second line. She does. Push the off. They're going to call a block or a charge, because she definitely stuck her left arm out there.
And she did. She called it an offensive foul.
And that's a good call.
And you picked it up good.
See the replay for yourself. You're going to watch on the spin here. She's looking at the left arm. She uses that left arm to fend off the defender. You can't do that.
Yep.
Not a popular call with the Bruin coaches, but that was the right call.
I thought I was the only one that saw that.
1 in a row. Phantoms down by a point. 2:35. Off the glass, no good, but an offensive rebound.
Oh, great job by Alston.
Yep, she's hustled a lot tonight. She's been all over the court. Low post, too strong. Offensive rebound again, blocked, and they'll give it to the Phantoms.
This officiating is not that good.
I didn't say that. If anyone heard that at home, that was not me that said it. Now we got to pick our players of the game here. We got about 2 minutes to decide, although we may be looking at some OT here. Phantoms down by 1. 2:02 to go. Parrish underneath, put it up, in and out.
Oh, in and out.
And Spriggs has the loose ball.
Nice move, though. I was real impressed with that move by Christina Parrish.
Williams almost had it stolen by Jackson. She'll feed it down low for Spriggs. Got it.
Great pass.
Ashley Spriggs gives the Bruins a 3-point lead, and then it's stolen by Spriggs. But let's see, we had a stoppage for an injury, I believe, before the ball was thrown. Now let's see how they unravel this one. But the Bruin player on the bench, as you can see her holding her arm.
Well, the Phoebus had the ball when he blew the foul, or blew the whistle, but Bethel intercepted, so whose ball is it?
Well, we'll let them figure that one out.
I think it's going to stay with the Phantoms. I think it's going to stay their ball.
It should be Bethel. It should be Phoebus'
No.
ball. It should be Phoebus' ball.
It should be Phoebus' ball.
Absolutely horrible.
Johnson gets it into Spriggs. She's double teamed, gets it loose.
I think he knows it.
spinning shot out of control. That would not be Bingo's favorite call in that place by Nikki Jones. They did not set it up, and they could have with a 3-point lead. They could just burn clock. Took too little time to shoot. They just shouldn't have rushed it. Shot off the glass, no good. Johnson has it underneath, and she is fouled by Jackson with exactly 1 minute remaining. Watch the replay here. And they say Jackson got her with the body. It's a player control foul. Neither team has committed 17 fouls. Williams had it knocked away but got it back.
I thought your ex meant she had already gotten it once before.
45.9 ticks of the clock remaining.
I hope not. I don't think so.
Okay. 39-36. Bruins with the ball and the lead.
Well, they've got to get a steal and a 3-point somehow.
And they do. Just a bad pass. Phantoms. Jackson. Got plenty of time. 35 seconds to go. Inside, shot doesn't go, but a foul is called.
And that put Kamisha back on the foul line.
Well, if you're the Phantoms, that's who you want on the foul line. She is 4 out of 5 so far.
On that play where they gave the ball to Bethel, the rule said, someone's down.
Watch the replay. Nice pass right here.
Okay, we've got. Well, I'm sorry, but we're watching the replay. Bob was trying to explain something to me. What they were trying to get a substitution in, but they are not going to allow her in yet.
No, they'll let her in after the first free throw. And I don't understand that. It's a 2-shot foul.
And they hadn't handed her the ball yet, so, but anyway. In any event, and this time, Alston, who had hit 4 out of 5, misses, but she gets 2. Fortunately for the Phantoms, it was not a 1-and-1, and now the Phantoms are going to take a timeout. .3 seconds remaining, 39-36. If you joined us late, I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We're coming to you from Bethel High School. The Phantoms led by 3 after 1, and then they trailed by 1 at halftime as the Bruins outscored them 9-5 in the second stanza. Then it was the Bruins' turn to lead in the third stanza and outscored the Phantoms 10-7. And they've kept that margin going right now as they lead by 3, 39-36. Amber Dorsey, the only player with 4 fouls.
And at this point, that's really not going to be a bad situation unless it goes into overtime. That would be the only time that might present a problem for the Bruins. Because she's got, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocked shots. Had 3 the first half.
She had 5 at one point. I'm not sure where she stands on her blocked shots now. It's 6. And Miss Alston cannot get either of those free throws. And we've got a foul underneath, and that's against the Bruins, I believe.
That'd be a 1-and-1, won't it?
Was it against?
No, it's against
the Phantoms. Okay.
Both teams are in the bonus, so
right.
At this point it makes no difference. But you do want to mention our players of the game?
I do, and they are. For the Phoebus Phantoms, Kamisha Alston. And go ahead, you'll do the announcement on the Bruins one there.
And that's Veronica Johnson.
And again, some good choices to make here. Shanika Jackson had done a nice job. Amber Dorsey with Just an outstanding ball game for the Bruins. Amber was our player of the game in the game against Phoebus. I mean, against Kikatan.
Yeah.
I'll get it right yet. So Amber misses one after making the first, giving her team a 4-point lead with less than half a minute remaining. So Phantoms will take a quick timeout here to set up, down by 4, a 2-possession game with 27.7 on the clock.
Well, there's not many 4-point plays unless you make it 3 and you get fouled.
Well, stranger things have happened.
Been a great contest as far as intensity on both sides of the ball.
I just think that the play has been, as you said, very intense, and it was real good on. What I'm trying to say is nice clean action early, and then they got kind of into a slump there. But there's some really good athletes on both of these teams,
And some young ones, Tim. We got 3 freshmen on the Phoebus team, and we got 1 freshman that starts on the Bethel team. So
Yeah,
a lot of youngsters.
with Bethel. Now, Brooke Williams, number 3, has looked good, and Veronica Johnson, our player of the game, has looked excellent. Ashley Spriggs, Amber Dorsey. All of these young ladies handle the ball quite well. And a young woman with the ball right now, Shanika Jackson's just an outstanding job for the Phantoms. 3-pointer, air ball. Williams got the ball underneath, and now a jump ball. She's saying, no, I got fouled, but that's not the call. She's shaken up on the play. 15.5 seconds left in the regulation now. And she's going to shake it off. Watch underneath here. You'll see the tie-up. See if you can detect a foul called here. There wasn't one. Looks like the Phantom did a good job of avoiding it, although that's you can't tell me that's not a foul when you wrap your arms around from behind. What do you think, Coach?
I think that's a foul, Tim.
Here's the takedown, and that's not a foul. Okay, dokie.
But it could have been traveling.
Yeah. And a 5-second violation. 5-second violation. Now, Coach Bingo is saying he called a timeout before the violation, and the officials will get together and confirm this. And the official was standing right next to Coach Bingo, and she will, in fact, overrule the 5-second violation because she heard him call the timeout before the whistle blew. So good job of the 2 officials working together on that one. And I've said it, if we've sounded a little critical of the officials, believe me, I wouldn't have their jobs for anything.
Oh, you couldn't pay me enough.
No kindness goes unpunished, I believe is the way that goes.
Is that what it is?
Yep. Got 10.7 seconds left and a 4-point Bethel lead, and they have the ball. So it's looking like an uphill battle here for the Phantoms.
Well, if you look at this game, the Phantoms outplayed the Bruins the first and third quarter, the Bruins the second and the fourth quarter.
I promise you I will do it. No, I'm going to rep. I'm going to rep this on here. There's at least 5 calls after the
So a little more than 10 seconds left. The Bruins obviously want to play keep away. The Phantoms want a quick foul or a steal. They get the ball in to the Bruins, and Dorsey is knocked down with 7.9 seconds remaining. So a crucial visit to the free throw line here. And even if she doesn't make any free throws, you just let the Phantoms go down the court and score, because the clock does not stop after the score. It'll keep running. It can all be less of a point if Amber Dorsey can connect on the free throws. And she gets the first. She's hit 4 out of 5 tonight. Five-point lead. Again, if you're Coach Bingo, you just said, ladies, just back off, let them go down the court, let them do whatever they want, just don't foul. And that's what he's yelling to them right now. Let them have the shot. They do. The ball comes to the Bruins, and that's the buzzer to end the ball game on a hard-fought game. And in the end, the Bruins prevail by the final margin of 6 points, which was about as big a lead as either team had. I think that was the same lead. So we want to wrap it up here real quickly. Our players of the game again, Kamisha Alston and Veronica Johnson for their respective teams. And we want to thank our sponsors tonight, Zooms, with 14 Peninsula locations to serve you. And the game brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the funeral director. So the final score again is Bethel 42 and Phoebus 36. For Bob Hintz, Bob Killen, and the Channel 46 crew, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.